Oh yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Oh. Yeah. So. Oh. Oh. Hey guys, you're on the live stream.
Wait, the live stream's on?
Yeah, are you good? Live stream?
Wait, are you even showing us? You're
No.
showing.
Oh. Hey guys.
I'm from Bahamas. Wait, is anyone watching?
No.
Oh.
Oh, two people.
Two people. I feel like one of us. Yeah. Are you a vlogger?
Yeah, live stream.
Hi, David. The live stream.
Live stream.
Wait, who is it? Who is it?
No, it was Ju.
How many people?
3.
Yeah, I mean, it seemed like a random place.
If my mom is there,
No idea. Like, I mean, they can, like, I guess.
can you tell who's looking?
Yeah. No idea. Yeah, just look. Yeah, live stream. Hey guys. Yeah.
Do we have anyone there?
4 people. No idea. I'm not sure.
Give them a tour of the personal project. Show that around for the personal project.
Oh yeah.
Let's go around interview people.
Yeah.
Let's go around interview.
Okay, so there's like a lot of personal project going. And there's also Priva. Yeah. Hey Madhu.
It's already on.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good.
I'm good. Okay.
This is the best
You're good.
person on earth, Mother Earth. How many people are watching it?
4 people right now.
People are gonna get so annoyed because everybody is on.
Yeah.
The showcase is starting in 5 minutes. 10 minutes.
10 minutes. Okay. Yeah.
Who are they?
No idea.
Promoting it.
What's up, Xavier? How are you?
On the can.
Yeah.
Yes. Are you going to see?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know that's the line. That's the line. Oh, yo, what's up? Yo, what's good then? Province of Indonesia.
Yeah.
You're a human being.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I'm from New Zealand. When?
Hey Yang, how are you?
How many people do we have watching?
5.
Yo, what's up, 5 people? Yo, what's up, Thomas? What's Cribbin boys? What's up? Thomas is mom. Thomas is sister. Yo, Thomas is goldfish.
Yo, there's Thomas.
The man himself.
Yeah.
Thomas from Bahamas.
I'm going to switch from there to the table. Just wait.
Yeah.
Comment how many limbs you have. Comment how many limbs.
This is
5.
so sad. Can we get
There's
5 likes?
Thomas.
Yo, what's up?
Oh my god, that's my friend!
Really?
Yo! I'm gonna get my parents to go on the live.
I sent it to my mom, but I don't know.
Okay. I should go. Hey. Hello. Hey Bella. Live stream? Yeah. Hello. Yeah. No, stop. No.
Is that really
5.
a live stream?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, follow me
No.
at Bella_Dahlia.
Hello, Elise. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Marwa. My.
All these people wanted to be famous.
Oh,
Wait,
5. The same.
Is it going this way? It's on you.
Yeah.
Isa carries the
Viva. Okay.
A lot of people are watching it. And I feel like
CJ, man.
Hey, Scott.
Great. What's up, CJ? How you doing?
I'm good. Yeah.
me too though.
Hello. Hi. Oh, is it okay? Oh, okay. Hello.
I'm not in this school, but hi.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I already talked with Elise. There's Stan.
Just introduced it.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
Dan.
Dan.
The science teacher, the head of school,
Hey,
and
Christine.
the Spanish teacher. I wonder if they had house, but like, I mean, yeah, but like
Hey, Cam.
also like
Do you have something to say?
Yep. Good afternoon, everyone. This is live stream from India, and we are preparing for our showcase. So let's have a round. Let's go around and see how people prepare. Sure.
Hey.
We're now going into our header. Our head school, our principal. Alright.
Hello, Russell.
Hi, CJ. Hi, CJ. Hello, everyone. So, what do you think about this term? This term has been incredible.
we have six people watching.
Yeah. Yeah, 6 feet.
This term has been amazing. We have met so many incredible people. Our service projects have been great. The students worked really hard on the modules. Yeah, we're expecting a really good day.
Thank you.
We're all
sir.
excited.
And this is a really important question. What is the best module?
What is the best module?
Yes.
I'm gonna sit on the fence. I'm gonna sit on the fence and sit on
Zero to infinity. Zero to infinity.
0 to infinity.
Yeah, 0 to infinity. Yeah.
Just look at the infographic.
Yeah, 7.
Okay.
Show them the infographic.
Show.
Because he's being filmed.
Your friend was just commenting on all.
Yeah.
Is he actually? What did he say?
He said he's only saying this because he's being filmed.
He's only saying that because it's being filmed.
Is that YouTube live?
Yeah.
Oh.
Hey, Jane. Okay, I just gotta. Okay. So there's some of the infographics. There's a 0 into infinity made. Okay.
What time are you taking?
Okay.
I want to wait.
There's 9 people watching.
9?
Yeah.
This is my face cam on it.
No.
Why don't you show people something?
Oh yeah, I showed the infographics. Oh.
No, we should go and like interview people because that's
They're
probably more
literally all
interesting.
sitting in the reserved row.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Mama? Let's go!
You probably did. Okay.
They take the video of you.
Yeah, you can take it.
Oh! Ooh, 12 people, wow. Whoa.
One of them is me.
I think Thomas 13! 13? Oh, there we go. I think we should start setting up because it's like 42.
You just want attention.
Woo! CJ.
Hey.
Looking good. Should we start?
I love how we still have like we have
Internet
people
famous.
watching us.
How many people?
13.
13.
I want to be on it.
13. Should we start setting up?
Like your friends are like keep commenting. Like she's so savage. Like
What do you mean by
Wait.
savage?
Thomas, stop commenting. He's gonna say something.
So my advice for all the people who apply to TGS is follow Maria.de and you get it automatically. Like you get in.
No,
like,
no.
just say.
Why? Guys, it's 42. If you're playing TGS, look at Maria too. Just say you know what you're doing. Yeah. Grace will know. Okay, it's 42.
Oh no, you
We've
out.
had a pajama cup. Oh.
No. The vegan.
Oh my god, no. CJ,
I'm vegan.
Oh.
TGS, welcome.
Hey CJ, can I?
Yeah.
CJ! This is the person who has been filming everyone. Say hi!
14.
CJ!
Wait, can I?
Before TGS, that was Grace. Now Grace.
How are you, CJ? Are you single?
Guys,
No,
we're
you
starting,
can't
we're
do
starting.
that. Okay, where do we put this?
I just emailed the new link.
Okay. Good. Oh yeah.
Sit it up
Go
on
that way, go that way.
Okay.
Just sit it up on the.
Yeah.
The topic.
Hey, Tashi, I'm going to put it here. Or where do I put? Yeah.
Oh, where are you going? Hey, Dan.
Hi.
What's up, Christine?
Thanks for watching Disney Channel. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching Disney Channel.
Here's the tech guy behind the scenes. He is. He's the clicker. He's gonna fix everybody's laptops later too. There's like 30 people watching.
30? Can you see who's watching?
No.
Oh.
They're definitely watching though.
Oh,
I think they can hear you.
Hi, Elise.
I know my friends are watching.
Really?
I mean, they told me there. Yeah, ya te vi.
Aww.
They would. You're like blocking the projector.
Oh.
Cute. My dad.
Oh. You should say hi.
Mucho gusto.
Hi, Mr. and Mrs. Monica.
Like, hi, I'm Grace.
And you're watching Disney Channel. Seriously, we're so uncurious.
Hi, I'm Grace. That's actually the best video.
Hi guys, it's Hi Lopez.
Oh, I think we feel like
have like a texting like intermission. Yeah, they're like confused.
Good. I would like
Yeah. I like introducing my experience.
Just tell them we'll be right back.
We are having some problems.
29. Oh, we're famous.
We got
Can
to
we
it.
like move it around?
Yeah.
You can take it. You want to move it around? Go
Yeah. Good
Aurelia.
morning from Germany.
Aurelia.
Thomas. Hi. We'll give you a little
Oh, let's see. We have Marwa from Morocco. Marwa, Morocco. Malu from India. Thomas Zhao. Thomas from Mohammed.
from the Caribbean. From Hawaii. From Hawaii. Texas.
From Hawaii. Jane from Ukraine. We have everyone. Say hi. 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 Maria from Mexico. That's Bella. Hi. Right, already. Oh, it fell. These are the personal projects. Hi. This is Ings. She's from Thailand. We have our guests. We're getting prepared to start our presentation. That's Dan. Oh. Yeah. So we have everyone around here. That's Monica from Venezuela and Peru and Mexico. That's Josh from Australia. He's the DJ. Steve Aoki. That's Cam from Asia. Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's Chase from California. And yes, we're getting ready. So we're gonna leave you here. Yes. Oh, I was calling my mom. I don't know why it happened. If your iPhone like is not working. Josh, can you turn the music off?
Yo, what song is this?
This is are you serious? Yeah, that's what's it called again? No, that's
Hey, guys, important question. Guys, hey, see you.
Oh, I was talking there.
Wait, are they watching?
He's American, he's nothing. He's just backer.
My back hurts. I'm tired. I'm your own followers.
Estelle, say hello to the world. How do you think about this term? What's your what is the best model? Yeah. Yay. Hey.
What's up, Colin?
He's single. They're the Spanish speaker, nothing more. Hey. Welcome to more. Oh, not. Yeah. Introduce yourself. Introduce yourself.
Someone please stop. No, wait, film them.
Xavier. Wait. Elise, interview. Wait, how do you, what did y'all think about these terms? What did y'all thoughts about this term? Yeah. One more. One more very important question. What is the most successful and wonderful model?
I guess.
No, say that. It's e-commerce.
We had the last word.
Okay.
Yo, Tom.
Kim, say what's up.
What's up?
That's enough. Any words to the viewers? Mucho gusto.
Oh wait, no, wait. They're not watching.
Go Jayhawks. No, stop.
I'm sorry.
Anyone? Any people from CM1?
Any words for spooky Jayhawks?
Who wants to play Fortnite?
I want to say.
Yes.
So before we can start, we're missing one more Bollywood costume. So if you haven't put your costume over on the table over there, please do that right now. Just one person. And then we'll start in about 2 minutes. Thank you.
Okay, should we set it up?
Yeah, we'll put it right here in the chair, man.
Whereabouts?
Oh, was he? Did you? I don't like things, you know what? I don't like highlighting things. Tell us first. How are you? I'm good. Wow, how are you?
Yeah, that's good, man. Just make sure when you're talking, you can see their head.
Yeah, okay.
With the tilt down.
Welcome to the 2018 Think Global School India Showcase.
It's your host, Aslan Farabi. I'm from Indonesia.
And I'm from the United States.
And now we're excited to show you all the hard work that has gone into this term.
First off, whether your journey here was by plane, train, or tuk-tuk, we'd like to say thank you for joining us.
And between all the curry and endless work, we've experienced the real India.
And after spending 6 weeks here, we've also realized that that is the beautiful India.
We hope to showcase all the adventures that we've experienced and the knowledge that we've acquired here.
Thank you again for joining us. Before we show you the amazing pieces done by the students, we have our principal, Russell Cayley, who's going to give a short speech before we begin.
Thanks, Estelle and Ferrari. So as principal, it's kind of normal to come up and do a speech, and in Botswana, I thought, you know, I'd keep it nice and short, I'd focus on the students' work, and at the end of that, it's Cam here. Cam came up to me and said, that was really short. I'm really disappointed. So I was, so I've lengthened this one a little bit. So I just want to echo what Salam Farabi said. Thank you all for being here today and supporting our students. As our crazy travelling school grows and develops, I think it's Mumbai in India is really an essential part of our travel cycle. Every student who is currently enrolled in Think Global School has actually been to India as part of their travels. How can I say it? It really touches us in terms of so many ways, India. From the noises of the jam streets, a culture that just leaves you disorientated yet mesmerized, the humble, approachable, compassionate people that we meet. We sincerely value the impact this city is having on us as an organisation. Most of you here today have contributed in some way to the success of this term, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart for your patience with our students. As we leave Mumbai, we do not claim to be experts. After 7 weeks, we do not claim mastery in anything. What you see before you today really is the attempts of our students to make sense of the world around them. We appreciate that if we ever to return, or look enough to return to Mumbai, there's a lot more to learn. Our 7 weeks has been filled with love, laughter, fun, and I hope as you see today, plenty of hard work. We thank the commitment and dedication of our friends in the audience today. If Jungle Law, thank you so much. You've enhanced our modules beyond belief. Ayush and Gaurav, we thank you sincerely. We have a representative. We have a representative from the Executive Enclave, and just if you could pass on all our thanks to your team for how you've really accommodated us in every single way. So again, we thank you. And I'm really delighted to have our new friends from Kranta here. So thank you, girls, for coming. And we also have 2 other service projects represented here as well. So if you were involved in our service learning projects, thank you so much. It was really, that was a really essential part of our experience here. I just want to read a short quote to you that I think underpins what the students have faced coming into this, this semester and this term. It's not the critic that counts, not those who point out how we've stumbled, or where the doer of good deeds could have done better. The credit belongs to those who are in the arena, whose face is marred by the dust, the sweat, and the tears, who strives valiantly, coming short again and again, who at their best knows in the end the value of high achievement, and who at their worst, if failing, at least fails while daring greatly. The courage, I think, of the projects on offer here is not to do with A's, B's, C's, but it's turning up today and it's having really no idea of the outcome, and the reception from everyone in the audience of the work that is going to be presented to you. As principal, I would like you to thank you all for your own unique contributions to this term in the 7 weeks. And most of all, today, I really want to thank you for your most coveted, unrenewable resource, which is your time. Enjoy the show. Thank you.
So first up, we're going to hear from the e-commerce module, so please welcome Levit to the stage to introduce her.
Good afternoon. This term, I was part of the Indian e-commerce module. Today, I will lead you through the presentation and introduce my fellow team members with whom I worked with throughout the term. Before we begin our presentation though, I would like to give you a little bit of background information about our project. First and foremost, the most important part and guide to our project was our driving question. How can we adapt Indian e-commerce solutions to local economies around the globe? With this question at the beginning of the term, we defined a final product, which was to be a website. In the website, we would showcase and sell the art of 3 different Indian artisans. So throughout the term, we got to know the artisans, interviewed them, and also saw where they worked at. After this, we created the website and also came up with a sustainable solution to keep it running after we leave India. I won't do much more talking because I'll introduce other members who will also be talking about this module. So please welcome Stell, Julie, and Chase, who will talk about and introduce e-commerce. Thank you.
So my name is Julie, and this is Estelle and Chase, and we're just going to be giving you a brief introduction to e-commerce and what it is. So yeah, first of all, can we just get a show of hands if anybody here has ever bought anything online? Okay, Christmas presents. Now could you please raise your hands if you've ever sold something online? So clearly more people have bought than sold online. So for our module, we decided to enter the market from the seller side. And so we're just going to talk to you a little bit about what e-commerce means and what it means to be the seller. So first of all, what is e-commerce? E-commerce is the online transaction of buying and selling goods or services. And it's not to be confused with e-business, which refers to all aspects of online business.
E-commerce in India is an ever-growing market. It's grown 31% in just the last year alone, and it's now a market of $33 billion per year.
So like a lot of things in India, e-commerce is also an exception, and it's very unique to India. So in the West, e-commerce is dominated by companies like Amazon. So why doesn't that succeed the same way here? Well, a lot of things are different in India, as most of us know. So for example, we did a lot of market research. So here's one website called Craft Bazaar, which is an Indian e-commerce site. And so as you can see, the colors and the web design replicate India a lot more than, say, Amazon or another e-commerce platform that you might use.
Another difficulty for us was logistics for shipping. So say Marwa is an artisan and she's trying to sell her product to Tao, who's trying to buy the product. So it's a logistical issue of how it gets to Tao, and every pair of hands it goes through adds price. So say it goes through a middleman and then a shipment, like each pair of hands depletes Marwa's profit. So we had to figure out how to maximize the profit for the artisans while still getting it to the customer quickly.
Another thing we struggled with was the price of shipping, which is a problem for a lot of artists in India, especially international shipping, because people in India don't like to pay the cost of shipping, so we had to work around that. So here we have a picture that shows how we added the cost of shipping into our product price, so we could still use the words free shipping, and so people would be a lot more receptive to our product.
Yeah, I just think it's important to say also that for this one, the website that we made is called Power of Craft, which, yeah, is why. So yeah, so now we're going to have Kiva from the photography team come up and talk to a bit about what she did.
Hello, my name is Kiva, and I'm on the photography team alongside the Chasing Ham. So we were in charge of taking the product photos, the photos of the artisans, and editing them before adding them to the website. So we spent the first few weeks in India learning the skills and techniques about how to take a good product photo. And we also practiced with taking photos of other products before using those skills we learned to before applying them. So one of the main things about taking product photos is making it look professional and clean. In order to do this, we made a light box. A light box is basically a cardboard box with white paper and graph paper. You place the product on the inside of the box when you're taking photos of it, and if it's used correctly, It helps eliminate time editing because it gives it a clean white background and it eliminates all shadows. And that was very important because we were under a lot of time constraint. So we also took photos of the artisans and we edited them on Lightroom and Photoshop before adding them to the artisan page on the website. When we were taking the product photos, we went to the rooftop to use all the natural lighting we could. And when we were editing them, we just upped the exposure levels to make the background more white, as well as making the colors brighter so they can pop on the website. So we tried to make it look as professional as possible, as the product photos are really important on the website because that's what draws you into buying the product. And then also before adding them to the website, we added a watermark, and Scott and Julie did that, and to make sure people know that the photos are ours and for copyright issues. So next is Maria for payment.
Okay, so for the payment question, we first asked which payment gateway do you want to use. For example, like many different ones like PayPal, here Paytm and stuff like that. So we decided on Paytm here first because it's so popular here and it has about 250 million users. Then we also wanted to implement Citrus Pay as a gateway for debit and credit card just because it's really difficult to do it directly with the credit card holder. And also we wanted to use PayPal for Europe and North American people because it's also very popular and has about 250 million users. So we went into a series of problems. I'm just going to show you two because there are many more of it. So the first problem was that PayPal wasn't usable, Paytm wasn't usable with Wix. So instead we had to go on the problem, and so we decided that every time a customer requires an email, on a Paytm code is going to be in the we require your order email, so then they can just transfer the money to them, and we don't have to have a button in the website. And the second problem that I'm going to talk about is for Citrus Pay, where we wanted to have the debit card and the credit cards payments. It's not working without one Indian credit card, and we don't have that because we only can register one Citrus payment account and in the website, and so we should have one card, but we didn't have it. So our solution was also using manual payment instead of this, and so putting our bank account into the email that we're going to send to the customer. Next is going to be Thomas from the text team.
Hello all. So over the past few weeks, myself, Estelle, Scott, and Julie have been working on the text aspect of our final product. So what we have contributed is product descriptions. So when you look at these products and wonder, hey, what's the material or what's the product made out of? Never fear, texting is here. For we would look at the product and then try to describe this piece of jewelry or clay design with as much detail as possible, because we believe that it is important to display the message and stories behind these arts of work. Mastering the product description was very important because we believe that the stories behind them is the artisan's main selling point. Not only did we work on the product descriptions, we also worked on the short biographies for the artisans that we had the pleasure of working with. And finally, we worked on the About Us part, for we would write a message and say that our main goal and message is to give hope to independent women. So when you make a purchase to our website, you help empower them and give them opportunities. So on behalf of the whole entire text team, thank you Sanjay, Satish, and Rupjoti. And now Kim with the...
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kim. I'm from Vietnam, and I will introduce how our website came to be this afternoon. So there are some elements needed for a website to be a good commercial one. One of them is the navigate bar. The navigate bar should not be overwhelming in content, and it should answer some basic questions of the customer, such as the introduction about the organization that you can find in the homepage, the information about the products that can be illustrated in pottery, textiles, and woolly paintings. The information about the artisan and their contact would be included in the middle artisan and etc. questions. Another thing we should be considered when designing a website is the consistency in text, font, and image. So as you can see on the screen is one of the bios or artisan, and we try to use font that firstly it should be easier to read so that the clients can capture all the information. And the second thing is that it should be aesthetic so that the website can appeal more customers. It happens with the same thing with the image. So an image or photo is used to showcase the products, and we will try to make it have a wide background so that it will better illustrate the product. Why it is a portrait of the artisan, then we will try to bring out the friendliness in them so that we will basically help with the purchase, establish the trust between the buyers and the sellers. Another important thing, which is branding. So here in India, we can see that orange is actually important colors in Indian culture. You can see on Indian flags, or the festival here are actually celebrated by the orange marigold. So therefore, we use orange as our main color in the website. At the behind, you can see is one of our cover image. I'm so sorry because it's covered by the logo. But in the cover image, we will try to include the story about the products and also give the clients a glimpse of the quality of the product so that it will appeal more customers. And that is the end of my presentation. Next will be Tao and Scott about behind the scene how we make the website came to be. Thank you very much.
So, hello everyone. Me and Tao are prepared a small video about the process behind creating the website. And this will showcase every step in the process that we did. It's a quick run through, and it's not to scale. Trust me, it's a lot harder than it seems. And we're excited to show you how it works.
The first step was to simply begin a website on Wix. Wix is a website builder we choose to use because of the many features it's offered, including the templates and more. So we started by managing the pages of the website first. As you can see, the platform Wix is very user-friendly and allows us to manage our pages very easily. All the labels you see in the menu of the website are the different pages you see managed here. So we work with 3 artisans for 3 different kinds of art. And the About page is introduced about the artist.
So the next thing we had to do was to input all our original work into the website. We started by placing our logo first, which was created by Maria. And this finally made the website our own, as it was our representation on the platform. We then moved on to design the full website by inputting the shop, by inputting the meet our artists, and the final step was to put in all the images and all the text. And if I have to say, the text is the best part of the website.
The next step was buying the domain. We used GoDaddy to purchase our domain. As you can see, powerofcraft.in is proudly ours, and we are happy to present it to you today and encourage you to spread it among your contacts. We chose this domain because it fits the Indian market. Now no one else can come near this domain. Once that was done, we had to connect it to our Wix website, which allows you to do it easily when using the online store plan. 2 days later, and like magic, it truly became our website.
Power of craft, okay.
The next and final step was to set up the payment. After multiple arguments, sleepless nights, and some more arguments, we finally managed to make sure that the payment worked within our website. We allowed for all payment types to be accessible in our website, and we also allowed for Paytm, the Indian jewel, to be a part of the website offline. So this is the first draft of our website. As you can see, it's fully functional, but there were still some tweaks that we had to do. And then the second draft is our final draft of the web store. So with the amazing design skills of Lavid and Cam, it finally all came together. We managed to use the colors and the text to our favor and truly represent what the artisans wanted through their work. We'd just like to thank you all for coming today because by doing so, you became part of the process to creating this website. And we would like to thank all the artisans for allowing us to bring their products to a larger audience. And we were honored to work with them and to help them build their cause. Thank you.
So moving away from the e-commerce module and starting with the personal project side of this showcase, I'd like to welcome Monica from Venezuela. She has performed an ethnographic study in the form of a booklet with observations and photographs she took herself during the time we spent in Meghalaya. So please welcome Monica to the floor.
Thank you. So, as mentioned by Farabi, I went to Meghalaya with another 9 students and 2 members of staff. So when we traveled to this northeastern state of India, we had the opportunity to learn about the state in different lenses. So being cultural, political, environmental, economic, demographic, many more. And before going, I researched about the state, and I realized that the Meghalayan state has a matrilineal society. And this really stuck out to me, considering that it's something I've never come across with in my own culture. So I decided to study it, Meghalaya, from a social lens and study the question, how does the day-to-day life of women in Meghalaya affect their worldview and perspectives? And so initially I wanted to narrate their stories, but after spending some time in the field with these people, I realized that they're very reserved and it's very hard to get those stories out of them. So I decided to make a booklet that then became an ethnographic study about how their lives shape their points of views, and include some of my own observations with photographs in a booklet. So before we start, I want to give like a brief overview of Meghalaya and some background, and then I will proceed to point out some of the highlights in the booklet, and I'll finish with the overall findings of this study. So Meghalaya is a state in which the Khasi people live, and even though they have been affected by Christian missionaries religiously, they still conserve a lot of their culture, and they are matrilineal, meaning that descent is passed down the female line, so children take the last name of their mothers, and land is given to the youngest daughter. And so again, I decided to kind of study in which ways this was shown in the society. And one of the ways I found that expressed how matrilineal Meghalaya was by seeing that women are present in the folklore and the culture of the place, because they were protagonists in the folktales that gave names to natural features of the state. So one good example is Non Kalikai Falls, which in Khasi translates to the jump of Kalikai, and it tells a very gruesome story about a woman who jumped off the fall. And the second one, Sindhu Japman, is a flower found in the forest,
and it's named after the story that a lady once smelled a flower and died afterwards. So it just shows how women can have this protagonist role in folktales and culture and how they're recognized in their society. Because compared to my own culture, most things are named after men and they're the only ones in that protagonist role. And women often have minimal to no role in this like memory, in like people's memories. So I thought it was something interesting to point out how they are recognized in their society and community. This is something else I saw along the road multiple times. Just take a look. I was very shocked when I saw this, which is why I thought it was so important to include in the booklet. Initially, I realized that it was like a road prevention safety sign, trying to encourage drivers to be attentive as they're driving. But I also realized it had a very deep underlying message behind it. So when it says him, it insinuates, like, it refers to the male gender, obviously. So it insinuates that males are the only ones driving. It doesn't open to that whole possibility of both genders being able to drive. And therefore, if this is an assumption that I made from this sign, that it refers to the opposite gender, the one that's gossiping. So therefore it says that women are gossiping. And it kind of implicates the idea that women can only gossip when they speak. When they're talking to somebody else, all they do is gossip, 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 and they're indicating that they can have no intellectual conversation or meaningful conversation. And this, to me, showed how, I mean, again, this is in the road. Everybody sees this, everybody's driving around, and it was multiple times that I saw this sign. So it just shows that all the people in the state kind of share this belief that women are just not, like, they don't have as much respect in the culture, even though they are recognized for what they do. They are not given that respect. And I talked to some girls from the state. I got to talk to these two ladies who worked at a homestay in a village that we stayed in. And after talking to them, I realized that matrilineality is very different to matriarchy, because matrilineality means that descent just passed down the female line. Matriarchy means that the whole society is led by females, and it was not the case in Meghalaya. It was interesting to see how, even though they were recognized for what they did, which the society believed to be only house cleaning and taking care of the children and nurturing the family, was the only thing that they could do, and males were the ones who provided and went out of the house to work and stuff. So they had these, like, the caste people have these, like, strong restrictions about what each gender can do, and if they do something outside of that, it's looked down upon and it's frowned upon in the society. So, and these girls that I talked to, however, they were younger. They were around like 18 and 20 years old, and they told me that one of them had hopes of eventually moving to the city, Shillong. And this just to me showed how, even though the society has like these strict norms about what each gender can do and cannot do, but they're still being affected by globalization and this new way of thinking to move outside of the box and like step outside. And again, this study was really brief. It took only 5 days while we were on the ground with the people, studying with them, talking to them, and interacting with them. So there's a lot of space for me to grow and further this study and just deepen my knowledge. And that's something I would like to do in the future, talk to more women, and eventually get those stories and narrations of their lives, and just get a greater understanding of what it truly means to be matrilineal and how they affect them and how it affects their worldviews. Thank you.
Alright, for our next performance, myself, Cuiva from Ireland, and Julie from France will be reading one of the poems we wrote after our time studying sex trafficking in Calcutta. We hope to help people understand the truth about sex workers and their powerful message that is more often than not kept too quiet. Our poem is part of a larger art piece that is a collage of more poems and photography. So like Estelle said, we're going to start by reading out a poem that we feel holds a pretty strong message and that kind of encompasses the overarching theme of the entire project. From the day she came into the world, they knew that she was special, talented, gifted, with wondrous skills, but still,
Her fate was bound.
See, where she lived, they were all the same. The women who were seen as nothing.
They would attend to all the men that came. They would walk away, lost, not to be found.
When she was 6, she knew what it was.
When she was 8, the talk of it started.
When she was 10, her brother was born.
So when she was 12, she was put into bed. Trapped in this life she had no escape. But for the comfort, she found inside pills.
Such a beautiful soul just gone to waste because nobody sees who she is.
Years pass, time flies, but nothing changes. The numbness grows, her purpose disarranges. She sees her good looks gradually cascading as she sees the demand for her body gradually fading.
If you walk around the streets in the midst of night, you may see her standing in the pale moonlight. She will be one among so many others that are scorned upon, judged, and considered worthless.
She knows that this is her destiny, but there is no use in fighting. It was meant to be. If she tried to leave, where would she go? She would always have traces of her past reality.
So, to this day, and forever she'll remain,
a girl in the streets, a girl with no name.
Thank you. So this poem encompasses the social lens that we used. And yeah, it basically talks about how the sex workers are viewed from the outside, from people in their communities, and also just from tourists, yeah, anybody else. It also talks about how they just accept their social status because it's what they're taught to believe from a young age through social statuses and through things such as the caste system, and because they believe that they have no escape. So yeah, I incorporated this concept into the project because I thought it was unfair and I just really wanted to bring attention to it. It was a narrative poem, so it was one of the 5 types of poem that we decided to use for the entire project. And yeah, I made it so that each stanza kind of expressed a certain thing or a certain issue.
So in Calcutta, in our week sport, we worked with an organization called The New Light. They basically rescue women and children in the red light district in all around Calcutta. So Julie, Estelle, and I decided to do a collage of poetry and photography we took in Calcutta to convey powerful messages of sex trafficking and to inform people on this problem. So if you would like to read the rest of our poems and see the rest of our photography, our collage is down the back with the rest of the personal projects, and we would really like you to spread the message, and we would really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you.
So next we have Luis from Mexico, who has prepared a trailer to a book about the effects of colonization in Kolkata. And through vintage aesthetics and creative video editing, he was able to create an amazing piece for us to see. Along with this, he will also share the picturesque book he has written in a brief sense, and hopefully you will enjoy reading about it as much as we did. Please welcome Lubi.
Hello, I won't do much talking now because I want to show the trailer first. But I basically wrote a book about the colonial legacies of the British in Calcutta. But the trailer goes first. So that was the trailer. The name of my book is The Colonial Addictions of Kolkata. And this book is actually inspired by something that I did last year. In my Mexican history class, I wrote an essay about how Mexico is not truly independent. And so I talked about how a lot of things from colonialism in Mexico still remain today and have developed into other aspects. So I was really interested in learning about Indian history. So I chose the same driving question, but just changed Mexico to India. So instead I studied Indian history and analyzed in Calcutta, which was the capital of the British Raj, how colonialism still remains in India and that how it is still present in Calcutta. So basically throughout the book, I analyzed the colonial legacies. First of all, for my investigation, I read a book on Indian history so that I could know a little bit more about what the British, what role the British had here in India, because I wanted to know before going to Kolkata what to expect to see, or so that I could identify different things that still remain. So throughout my book, in Kolkata, I noticed 5 different legacies, and I actually photographed them. Photography was a really big part of my project, because aside from explaining in the book how these legacies are present in Kolkata, I also photographed them. So I chose industry, newspaper, poverty, the Hindu and Muslim relationship, and tea. So as I was saying, photography was a really big part, and I used documentary photography to actually document what goes on in Kolkata, the people, places, cars, culture, and then I edited all the pictures to look vintage and warm looking, because when I was in Kolkata, I felt like I was living in another era, because all the cars are old, and there's a lot of old buildings, and a lot of buildings from, actually from the British Raj still remain in Kolkata. So I really liked that, and I really wanted to, really wanted to represent that in my pictures. So basically, I wrote the book, and it is 5 chapters long, and in each chapter is divided into 2 sections, before today and today. In the before today section, I explain a little bit of background about the British Raj and how this aspect is related to the British Raj, and then in today, I actually explain how this aspect is present today and how you can still notice it in Kolkata, and I also include pictures to all of these legacies. So this is an example of one of the pictures that I took. This was at a flower market in Kolkata. We went early in the morning, and here you can notice how industry is really present in Kolkata. I actually have the books back there. I'm not going to read it out, but in the books back there you can see all of the pictures that I took and all of the explanations that I put next to them. This one also represents industry, and it represents pollution. And this next one represents the newspaper. And as I was saying, the picture has a lot of other really cool pictures that I really liked taking, and that explain a lot about how colonialism is still present in Kolkata. That's it. Thank you very much.
For our second module session, we have the students from Path to Sustainability who will share their module work and activities with all of us. Based around sustainable urban planning, they will show you their outstanding works in games throughout the 7 weeks they've been here. Give it up to Path to Sustainability.
Welcome everyone. My name is Isabella. My name is Jane, and today we'll introduce you to Paths to Sustainability. So this term, 10 of us had a chance to participate in the Paths to Sustainability, which is a module built around urban design. And during this time, we're getting an understanding of the sustainability issues linked to population distribution and urban development in the world through an exploration of urban planning in India. In order to later answer our main question, how can urban settlements be planned to balance sustainable development and quality of life?
During our first weeks in Mumbai, we had incredible experiences on field, which expanded our knowledge on how a city works, the problems that can arise, and different real-life solutions. Also, we learned about different features that work as one in a city. We visited incredible places in South Mumbai, such as the Banganga Tank, Fort and Ballard Estate, Crawford Market, Charles and Dada Farsi Colony with Rajiv, who's present with us right now. We walked through Bandra and different slums. We also attended an architecture school in WRI where students and urban planners shared their knowledge on city planning and the history of Mumbai. We also learned about citizen behavior and other key features of a city. Rishi Agarwal, who is also present today, showed us different solutions to waste management. All of this shaped a very good part of our learning, and we could apply this later in our project.
Our final project was designing and building at least 2 cities with different key features in order to later compare and contrast them and find the best solutions to create a sustainable city. We built our cities in City Skyline, which is a city building software where the players engage in urban planning by controlling zoning, road placement, taxation, public services, and public transportation of an area. This software was a perfect opportunity for us to try out our ideas, suggestions for a better city, as the simulation is pretty similar to real life.
To complete our project, we were divided in 4 teams between, it was pairs or 3. We have Candyland Cities, JLJ Construction, Prodigy Hortop and Corporation, and EM Designer. Working in small teams allowed us to have a better flow of ideas between us. We could try out different tasks and find out what we did best.
And right now, we would like all the teams to present all the important aspects to consider while building a city, but also some of the conclusions that they came to after creating their own cities. Let's welcome Jack from JLJ Construction, who will talk to us about the different perspectives to think about while designing a city.
Okay, so I'm going to talk to you about the perspectives, as I mentioned, that go into designing a city. This plays a giant part at what your views are on politics, the economics of an area. It changes the way you build your city. So we'll be looking at the speed factors: social, political, economical, environmental, and demographic. So the social factor, it kind of encompasses the question, what social groups are in an area. If there's a large blue-collar worker presence in an area, you're likely going to zone more industrial as it fits the niche of the people who are living there. Whereas if it's like educated youth, you'll likely zone more commercial, that kind of thing, as you fit the needs of your area, people who are present. The political is answered by the question, what type of government is in the area? If you have a conservative government, they're more likely to think about the economy, generalizing here, but they're more likely to think about the economy and work their way towards making more money for that area. If it's a liberal government, more likely to work towards the environment, how best to protect it, that kind of thing. The economical is how best can a city grow its economy, yet keep the standard of living high. If you have a low standard of living, like high pollution in the city, not very many people are going to want to live there. It's going to be not very good for your citizens. And that really ties in with the environmental, because it costs more to be environmentally friendly. Environmentally friendly options like wind turbines, solar power, it costs more for what it can do for a city. For example, having a coal power plant can give you more power for your city, but have really negative drawbacks on the environment. The demographic, which is the last factor that I'll be looking at today, it's like the age, the gender, the education of an area. Like I said earlier, for example, a blue-collar presence in an area, more industry, educated people in the area, more commercial. As you can see, like everything ties together here. Nothing stands alone that you think about all by itself. You really have to think about everything when you're building a city. So now I'll pass it over to Ang.
So today I'll be discussing 5 key features of a city, which are the geography, the choices of choosing different kinds of energy source, the transportation system, and the kinds of service and zoning. So first is the geography. The geography of your city determines how much access you will have to water. And access to water means water intake and water outtakes. It also means harbors. And with harbors, you can use it by having tourism come in and have raw material come in. Next is the buildable land in the geography. If you have a lot of buildable lands in your city zone, you will be able to expand your city more. And the natural resources is also an important part of the geography. If you have a lot of natural resources, you're able to have many different types of industry, and you will not have to import raw material from other cities. Next is the choice of choosing different kinds of energy. There are green energies and oils and coal power plant. With green energy, even though they cost more, they are able to produce green energy and is more friendly to the environment. Next is how we design our transportation. The transportation system works with roads design and public transport. For roads design, we can see different kinds of roads design that helps utilize efficiency of land and helps with the traffic flow. The traffic flow can impact lots of things, such as if you have a very good traffic flow, you will need less amount of services, since they are able to access parts of the land more easily. Also, with public transport, you should see how your city, where your city is located and how big your city is. For example, if you have a very, very big city, you can have locations like blimps deports, and if you have a tourism city, you can have airplanes. Next is the kind of service. So the kind of service we're talking about is health, education, safety, and waste management. For health is the amount of hospital you have and what kind of hospital are there. Are there cemeteries and next is education. For your education, how high do you want your education to be? If you have high education, you should also provide offices for the educated workers to work there. Also, it also depends on how your city is planned out, how much zoning it takes. If you have a lot of commercial zones or offices zones, you might want to have more education. If you have more industrial zones, you might want to wait until your industrial levels up into bigger and higher kinds of industry. With the residential zones, the residential zone, from my point of view, is the most important zone as they are the foundation of your city. With a city, the people makes up the city. Since the people needs to pay tax, they need to work and help develop the city. Without the people, the city is just a bunch of buildings. For the offices zones, if you zone a lot of offices, you will get a lot of taxes, but you won't get as much as raw material than if you zone the industry zones. And that is how all the key factors comes to play and help to build a city. Now I'll pass it on to Xavier.
So I'm going to talk to you guys about citizen choices in a city. Citizen choices and citizen behavior is very important because no matter how well you've designed your city, what buildings you have, people are what really run the city. I'm going to talk to you about traffic behaviors, policies, and effects of education. So in terms of traffic, you could have a perfect road with a perfect intersection, but it depends on how people use it, on how efficient it is. So pretend you've got like an intersection, and in theory it works, but if the people driving on it are not following the rules, it's going to be chaotic and messy and frankly dangerous. So aggressive drivers and things like that can really affect how safe it is in a city and on the roads. For policies, you can change the behavior of your citizens in terms of waste disposal and recycling and things like that with policies. You can put them on the city in real life, and you can put them on cities in our program, City Skylines. Say you put a recycling policy on an area, it will encourage people to recycle more and then they'll produce less waste. And then there's the effects of education. Educated citizens will know more about how to how to make less waste, how to use roads more efficiently, and just how to use the facilities that you provide in the city more efficiently. It'll lead to less danger and less stress on your infrastructure, and overall education helps a lot with citizen behaviors, which makes the city run better. I'm going to pass it on now to Julia.
So I'm going to talk about economic growth versus sustainable development. So economic growth and sustainable development both impact each other heavily within a city. So sustainable development requires little to no depletion of natural resources, and this is more costly to implement in most cases. This affects the people, businesses, and government in a city economically. For example, for people, it costs more to input environmentally friendly options in their homes. For businesses, it can cost a lot more to run their business through environmental systems, and it can be extremely expensive for the government to input sustainable policies, which is what Xavier talked about before. So economic growth, on the other hand, often produces negative effects on the environment. This happens due to a city being focused primarily on economics. So they will most likely use the most cost-efficient alternatives for their infrastructures and services. For example, with energy, if you're focused on sustainable development, you're more likely to use wind turbines and solar power plants, which are usually more expensive. And in an economic city, you'd probably focus more on like oil power plants or coal power plants, which are usually more efficient and also more like cheap. So even though these two impact each other negatively, everyone in our team believes that we can find compatibility between the two. So you can build up your economy early on and using the cost-efficient resources. Then once your city is economically developed enough, you can switch your infrastructure and services to more sustainable and environmentally friendly counterparts. This is only one of the options that you can do in a city, but that's one of the examples that you'll probably see in most of our cities. So yeah, I'm gonna hand back to Jane and Isa, who are gonna finish off this part of the presentation. Thank you.
We want to thank you all for your attention and for giving us the opportunity to share our discoveries with all of you.
Right now we'll have a 15-minute break during which you will have the chance to learn and see our cities. We are in different stands and we all had very different cities and the way we built them was very different. So you will have the chance to see them and learn from them.
So please feel free to explore our 4 boutique urban planning workshops, Prodigy, Harda and Company, Cadillon Cities, EM City Designer, and JLJ Construction. Thank you so much.
Gosh. Are you going or? Yeah, do you want to do it? It's just like interviewing people? Yeah. You can just like ask what they're doing.
Stop, you're taking over.
Wait, hold on.
We're doing the sustainability, so we'll do that now.
Wait, where's everyone? I'll go with Shay. Shay, come with me. Because I have to focus that.
Yeah, so everyone's setting up their works now.
Yeah, take your time, take your time.
Just going over to the other stations. So, Mari, can you explain what this is?
So this is a tourism city. So we're basically focusing on tourists to increase our economy. So yeah.
Okay, so for this one, it's also combined the
Cool. Thanks. Just going over to another station. There's this one. It's from by Xavier, Isa, and Josh. So they're doing their work.
Large residential area with a commercial area far away, very much far away.
Yeah.
This one got an environmental.
And we were very proud of it.
This is our favorite one.
as the citizens if we reach that goal. All of our services and our resources for sustainable are sustainable and are free, so they produce competition and they are very efficient.
Using the environmental options on a way the most cost effective, so we spend a lot of money using wind turbines instead of, for example, power plants. But it creates a lot of Oh, we were. As well as solar cells. I did.
We'll bring the actual city up on the screen soon.
Yeah.
The effectiveness of the services here, it ended up saving us a lot of money, which made our budget really great.
Alright, cool. I'll just go over it and then I'll come back later. Your dad was here. I just saw him.
Huh?
Your dad.
My dad?
Or Harvey Wilder.
Oh, hello.
Yeah. Huh?
Guys, want to shake with today, bit?
A little bit?
Yeah.
Me?
No, I mean, like, do you want to interview him? Can I just say hi to Tom real quick?
Oh, yeah.
What's up, Tom? How's it going?
So Harvey's my brother.
Oh, my bad. But yeah. Levith. Levith.
Levi, do you mind we interview you a little bit about your book? Hi. What am I saying? Interview. That's like...
No, you ask him and then I'll...
Oh, that's me. Right.
Can I take some of these home? Can I take one of these home?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
Okay, so... Yeah.
So, Jocelyn Levitt, so we actually interviewed you for the idea that you can finish Levitt's book, which is really one fantastic. I haven't had a chance to read it, but I'm sure it's going to be fantastic. So please meet the author. Hi. The writer and the photographer. Yep, he's multitasking.
Great person.
yeah, great person. So Levitt, wait, so during that's fair, man.
Okay, my bad.
During the journey, what inspired you to like come to this idea?
So my inspiration was a project that I did about a year ago, where I wrote an essay about like colonialism in Mexico and how it is still present in Mexico.
Yep.
So I kind of like developed into this project. So I adapted that idea that I had a year ago, and the essay that I made, I kind of like took the idea from it and then put it into the book. And instead of doing Mexico, I did India, because I was really interested in history and also in like just in the way that like British colonialism is still present today in India.
Yeah.
So
just ask a couple more questions because I have to go around as well.
So is it hard, because I know that you write like the entire book with 5 chapters, each chapter with 2 sections in like 5 days. Is it hard?
It was pretty hard, but I love history and I also love writing. Like I love writing, I love photography, I love filmmaking. So like all those things that I put together to make my project are things that I really like. So even though it was kind of hard to like put it all into like a time crunch, I really loved it.
Yeah.
And one last question.
Okay.
So what is the most memory in like in Kolkata?
Yeah, I know.
I feel like I don't have a specific best memory in Kolkata. Well, actually I do. I feel like the last day was the best day. We went to the flower market, and that was really cool because like I really got to see like the people in their everyday lives, and it was really cool to like be amongst like a bunch of people in the market, and I got to take incredible pictures, and that was a really cool experience. Working with new like was also really cool. I loved it. It was really educational.
Thank you, David. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, I'll go over to the other stations now.
You know what? This
And I know y'all want Shay, but yeah, I guess we'll go to him first.
Wait, it's Jules? It's Jules?
Oh, I thought buses because it was on a smaller scale.
Shay's from Australia. Yeah, Australia. Yeah.
Who is Julie?
No. No.
Some people have Marwa and Tao.
Come on, that's
Yeah, I'm a go.
Did you guys hear me say
That was his moment. Now we're going to Jack. I did.
Like this is the cemetery that's got full. So I put the crematorium right beside it, and then started emptying.
No, what happens to this?
So like each one, and so when you put things in, you see.
It was, but now it's really shit. Now we're gonna go to the stations that I haven't been to. So yeah, what's that now? Last one.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Oh, here we have. Oh, you heard Frobby School? Nah. Pretty boring.
So that everybody's gonna have to buy a car.
Questions.
Yeah.
Questions
Sorry.
from the head of school.
That's my friend. I was asking.
Now I'll go over to that one.
Like big love.
I'm so sick. Sorry.
Can I say hi, Mom?
And we achieved giving it 0%, which is very good. We experimented with many energy systems that we can show you it's called solar power, which is very new in real life and in the game. The game recently updated and they brought like many green options. This one. And
Is there like a perfect city in the world, guys? Is there like, is there like,
no.
Did you research into like, I don't know, what's the most ideal city?
Mumbai. Takeaway that we learned from this is just that everything affects everything.
Yeah.
If you make one change to a road, that's going to impact everything.
Yeah.
You guys like take out a school, there's going to be so many different things that impact you.
Yeah.
It will just make sense for the first part. Changes like you are planning to put in a the effects that like the positive effect that it might have.
Not gonna lie, my hands kind of hurt. Do you wanna?
I can hold it. Better name.
Yeah, sure. We gotta take over, boys.
Say hi, Mom.
Your meetings with those waste management guys. So did you take Mumbai as an example? So did you have parameters like as a harbor?
If you have any questions about TGS, just go on the website. They usually have all the answers there. Or
Yeah.
just like message, like DM TGS Instagram. They'll usually reply.
Yep.
I want to see his just hop on their website because they'll see them.
Hello?
Robbie, is he single?
I'm just gonna leave. Alright, you're a very bad cameraman.
Sorry.
There'll be more personal projects after this, and we've reviewed 3, but now we're doing the
426.
module so far, and we'll have
Wait, what's the time?
personal projects after this. So like 3 left, but we've covered the other 3. So yeah, now it's kind of
Math gang. Yeah.
They want to see personal projects.
Should we go to the other? Okay. Hello.
I'll be talking in a booth later on over there.
Oh wait, Julie, someone.
Wait,
Who's commenting? I really just
Your
want to
family's
hide
watching.
because I'm. Oh, am I
Say
getting
hi, Mom.
indoors?
Alright.
Oh wait,
Do they
how
have
many people
surprise?
are watching? I'm only 33.
Aww.
Not really only, but yeah, it's a lot.
It's
Yeah, 33. Thank you, 33. Oh.
I need to know who's that.
I don't know. Probably Shay. Everyone's like raving of Shay. It's hilarious.
Someone's
Like,
asking if...
I feel like half of these, like, the people watching are just like people from Kaikak.
From where?
Where Shay lives.
Oh, where Shay lives, yeah, probably.
Case you represent? Not me, but like, Shay.
Okay, let's go see the other people. Say hi, Mom.
I think my mom
love you.
Hi, Tashi. Don't tell Tashi.
What?
I'm so scared. I don't want to ruin this. Okay, let's go there.
Go to Shay, go to Shay.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Oh, there it is. Did you say, now in case your parents watch
Just like can't do just
Oh, look, it's Shay. See, they're all like...
Yeah, I'm telling you.
They're all there for Shay,
Half
yeah.
of the viewers are from... are like his friends.
I love Shay. Step on.
Yeah, someone's got some weird kinks, but okay.
Ooh, kinky. Honestly, same.
You're making more money. Aurelia? Happy birthday. It's her birthday.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, Shay flexes too much, but you're right.
Say hi to your fans. Oh.
Yeah, Shay.
Dude.
This way, he's like doing his work.
Damn, that girl's sitting
No
on-
birthday,
Oh,
just
okay.
Shay. Oh, that's all. Okay, let's go to the other side.
Yeah, we'll do Jack. Josh was on the other station. We just had an interview with him, but now we're on Jax's
We're gonna like meet cohort
station.
one
Yeah.
and the graduation. I like there's been a couple changes to the calendar.
Not only does it emphasize pedestrians,
We didn't even introduce Shay.
We can't really go around interviewing because we don't have that much time, but if we do, we will. Don't worry.
Oh, you're 5 foot.
I have a fan. What's up?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Okay, let's see. Go see people eat.
Yeah.
Oh my god, there's food. Yes.
Ooh, me gusta.
Cocktail samosa.
Me gusta.
Mawa, stop showcasing our food.
Yo, they're vegetarian.
They don't want you. They want Shay.
Yeah, dude, everyone in the chat was just spamming Shay. It was hilarious.
Can we get a kappa in the chat?
No me gusta.
Can you like...
Okay, I'm tired. You want to hold it? Your turn.
Yeah. Chase, take over.
Hi. Can I say hi to my mom?
Turn the camera and say hi.
What's up?
Cool.
That's such a bad angle.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, interview Shay. They really want to. Yo,
Shay, please. The viewers are asking. Can we get Shay?
Can we get Shay?
Hi everyone. Why?
Is Chase single?
Chase is single, yeah.
Yes. Unfortunately.
Guys, ask questions to Shay.
Who's Zara Davies? Angel?
Angel Beasley, yeah. She said you're adorable.
Angel Beasley's a vegan.
No. Tell us.
Josh.
Stop flexing. Yeah.
Where's Josh?
Soon. Josh is there. Let's go to Josh.
Josh. Who's
Huh? Yeah, that's Zara.
We'll find Josh right now. Josh was presenting.
Well, we'll give him Josh.
Josh, say hello. Shay is indeed single.
Alright. Yeah, I do.
The e-commerce team.
We'll wait till the whole round is up.
What is the best module?
Wait a minute, this is a real Is Chase sick? Where's Farabi? Thank you so much.
What?
Okay, we actually should start the thing again.
Oh yeah.
Aww.
No, get Aurelia.
Oh,
Aurelia.
Aurelia, your mom and brother say happy birthday.
Sorry. Yay! They're watching. Oh, that's nice. Oh,
CJ, anything? Okay, Gangnam Style. Thank you, CJ.
Paradise.
Oh wait, are we starting?
Zara is calling for Shay.
Oh yeah.
Shay is in the restroom. This is Estelle and Farabi.
Over there, Taish, for a second. Go back. Good job, guys. Great job.
And
Hi,
Tao. Tao says hello. Xavier, any words?
Xavier, do you have some love?
Does Xavier moisturize?
Take me to the restroom. Shay honestly has way too much time. Yeah.
Yeah, here.
You can hold it. Let Issa hold it.
Oh my god, is this a video? Aww.
Aurelia?
Aurelia.
You have some
I
fans.
don't know. I feel like if people funny watching
Welcome to this city.
No, Aurelia's mom wants to.
This is our eco-friendly city, and it is amazing.
They said happy birthday.
Happy birthday to Josh, you gotta birthday tomorrow.
He said till yeah.
Tom, say something.
This is our plan. This is our real city.
Wow, that looks funny.
Oh yeah, we'll give you a
watching. Jimmy, beat the record.
Shay is neither single nor taken.
Stop. It's not like a funny life. It's not.
Okay, bye, Xavier.
That's Shay. No fuiste a la mía.
We
Ya se
expanded
acabó.
on our city because we began and only had this.
So
Like swallowed up.
show the switch.
Yeah, I mean they're allowing it to settle and then they're building further. And we expanded on that. And now we have to go.
We're going back. Say hi.
My mom loves it.
They told me we have to keep it more professional. That's why they took it out.
Oh, okay.
Good job.
I'm professional. They told me to keep it more professional, to like stuff. How's it going?
Good.
Okay. Wait, can we?
Yeah, you're in it.
Wow, Tashi. Nice.
I think now the bot's here.
It's virgin.
And then you can sit yourself.
Hey, you sit down.
So, rounding it back from the break we just had. Now we have Shay Hota from New Zealand and Madhumita Soma from India. They'll be presenting their documentary on economic, social, and political effects within the Kerala community, along with the background about the recent flood that hit Kerala. So sit back, relax, put your thinking caps on, and enjoy the video.
Hi everyone, I'm Jay from New Zealand, as Ravi just said.
And I'm Madhumita from India. We recently traveled to Canada by night to learn more about the severe flood that hit Canada recently.
So we got to meet a lot of different people and talk about the social, political, and economic impacts of these floods.
Here's a documentary on what happened in Canada.
We hope you enjoy.
And we're here in Kerala. Why?
Vaya means field and Nadu means land. So Wayanad is field land.
Kerala, in southwestern India, is covered with greenery and agriculture. It is built up upon spice, tea, and coffee trading. Its beautiful landscape is also a tourist attraction, bringing in 1,091,870 foreign tourists in 2017.
But recently there have been a devastating flood here in Canada. On the 15th of August, floods caused by 40% more rain than usual hit Canada. 1.2 million people were forced out of their homes and over 400 people died. These were called the worst in 100 years. There has been controversy surrounding the government's response to the issue. The media reporting that the government failed to respond accordingly.
We decided to go on the ground and talk to the real people who were actually affected by the floods. Here's their side.
This is Vansi. He's a farmer and knows Wayanad really well. We heard that Wayanad was the highest affected by the flood.
Wayanad was the one which was initially the first one to be affected. We had a lot of mudslides, not mudslides, landslides, mudslides, and a few places landslides.
Vachi took us to see a local shop owner. He had a really different perspective on the floods.
This is Dilip Gopi. He is the head of the economic department at MS Swaminathan Research Foundation.
Minimum 8 years impact on the productivity of cocoa, productivity of coffee, coconut, and others.
This is Mr. Rajesh. He is president of the Coffee Administration here in Wayanad.
So do you think the trade was affected by this flood?
See, for example, we had almost 1,70,000, 1,80,000 turnover. we have sold last year, same year. This year we have to conduct 40,000 tons, it was great. So there is a drop in state. That's it. Now next year again there will be an equivalent one. Because last year because of the drought we had less profit. Now the profit that we are going to pick in the month of January is again going to be less. So there again you can say the figures will reflect in the trade.
From what we've heard talking to numerous locals who were directly affected by the flood, there has been a lot of damage. This flood is going to have effect on their economy for the nearby future. 906,400 hectares of crops were destroyed. For people to recover from that, it's going to take a lot of time. Because of this massive loss in crops, it will take away a lot from the money that is coming in January. The money meant to supply them for the whole year. This money is for the children's education, general livelihood, and to invest in their next set of crops. So, what did the government do in response to this situation?
Most of the media is reporting that the government has failed to respond to the situation accordingly. 20,000 crores were lost and the government only returned with 600 crores to compensate. Also, there is a lot of frustration surrounding the opening of 35 dams for the first time in 26 years. The opening of these dams caused even more flooding in the area. The media is also questioning whether the government overlooked rain patterns and telltale signs that there was going to be severe rain and how they should have prepared properly in response. As well as not being properly prepared, many media sources are claiming the situation is out of hand, that the government is losing its control of the situation, and even that the defence forces should take over. Because of the government being under such heavy fire, we decided to ask the people who were really affected what their opinions were.
Do you feel the government did a good job with the compensation of how much loss you had, or did the situation go on?
They've done a good job in promising us, but then it's not started reflecting on the ground. Not a single penny has been paid. So promises, when they go by the promises, it's...
Do you mind if I ask you how much loan do you think was affected because you couldn't get it on and stuff?
This is Dr. Anil Kumar. He's the head of MSSR.
Do you think opening of those 33 dams in Kerala was a good thing?
There are different views. But for a developing state, the electricity is the critical resource. So we were very cautious, that is what I was saying, in opening up the dams in a phased manner. So we waited until they got out. So there was a pressure to...
Injured, or even the response of the government. But it's the humanity that came up. Kerala responded really well to the crisis and came back strong. No one is complaining. They're just working harder to make up for their losses.
That's what humanity is about, which we have lost some time back. We needed a flood to roll.
Because when this happened, I was at my home watching the media, and I've always wanted to do something about it, and here we are, made our documentary. I would like to thank the Jungle Lord and everyone in Kerala for helping us out.
And just thanks everyone for watching.
So next up we have Tao, who's made an illustration that depicts the issue of alcohol abuse in sex workers. So please welcome Tao. Thank you.
So this is all my personal project. In our trip to Kolkata, we had a chance to work with New Light, an organization working towards improving lives of sex workers and their children. New Light is amazing. They changed the life of so many kids and women. So throughout the time, we heard many stories, and one story stuck in my head more than all others. Omi Basu, the founder of New Light, told us this story. One day, on the streets of Brothel and also a slum, there is a small house belonged to a woman and her 2 children. This family is not normal as other families. The mom, she drank and drank. A lot of alcohol, she was drunk. Lost her reason, lost her mind. She locked the door, trapping herself and her 2 kids inside their little house. And if it hadn't been for the intervention of Umi Basil, the tragic might have happened. And it was unimaginable. The 2 kids are now under the program and guardianship of New Light, but it was too difficult to save the mom. 6 months later, she died of HIV/AIDS. So that is the story that inspired me to visualize that day, half of that family. But one thing for sure is that this doesn't happen only that day, it doesn't happen only to this family. Alcohol and drugs are a close enemies and close friends to sex workers. Talking about my process to draw this picture. So this is my first time learning to draw realistic